clock is 15 minutes in one. It's Wednesday, the 28th November 2018, and we are live. Yes, the room, the room. Many of you out there does maybe not see your apartment or your house like I want to explain how it can become. I'm still digging after informations about this subject, but something I have realized is this is not something new. This is something that have gone on in a eternity. It is the reason for our progress and how far we have become. So when I explain you a little bit about this, maybe you will perceive everything that's surrounding you a kind of ugly and maybe taking a little bit more value in all that. The room, the room can become something else than just our room. It can become the progress of others and our whole species to reach a better world and a future. So you should definitely, when you buy something or you get something, to have a form and you can use it in some ways. Maybe it's in your kitchen, maybe it's your car or your bike, or it could even be your chair. Maybe you then don't see value in it any longer because you get tired of it. And lucky for us that we have so much, so we can just choose if we want it or we want to have something new. But if we shall look on the past, on some of the things that we have today, the ideas can have been forced out. And that's where your room are going to take place. Because there have always been a war, kind of. And they know this. They know if they cut the strings to people in a way, kind of, their mind will begin to kind of expand on some levels. Whatever it's going to dig into, it will expand on that subject. Maybe you have tried it. Maybe you know a little bit about it because you do it once in a while and have the free time to do it. Or maybe you are forced in some way. Maybe it's an assignment to school that your teacher demanding you to deliver the day after. This is just an example of a long past we have of enforcement, of forcing out to deliver something. It could be a chair, it could be something to the road, it could be many things. We have to go into the room and dig after the information inside our own head and figure it out. So this subject is not something new. Everything that surrounds us is coming from that. Precise that one that your teacher is always demanding you to deliver. That's what school is all about. And if you first understand the subject, then you know how far your mind can expand on a subject. As I have said earlier, if you can think, you have a flying mind. If you can think, you have a flying mind. Some minds work better than others. So, if you first have somebody who can think, and it's a very good brain to put the things together, then it doesn't matter what kind of subject you're going to deliver for that person. If he finds first passion in what you're delivering to him and he finds value in it, like, for example, from father to son or mother to daughter. If they find some kind of comfort in that subject, their mind can expand on that subject because they find comfort in that subject. And their mind will expand and flying on that subject. And you can end up with a genius person on the subject that you have delivered. That's where it's all starting, in the room. The room can expand if we have freedom to let it expand. It can maybe increase our way of using our mind, or it can do the opposite. We can lose the value that we have been handed over in that room. Now people shall understand that in our time today, they are very much aware over it because they have seen secrets being disclosed by simple people who have just put their mind in a room. And from that room, they have built a war, maybe against a country. So, the subject I'm talking about has suddenly a very big value. It's not just a play tool. No, if that mind first expands, You can end up with a fucking world war. Just from a simple room with a simple person with a simple mind that can fly because he can think. So you shall understand the reason out there why your privacy is not private any longer, because of knowing about the subject. And we can discuss about it's okay, about we will allow it. Because you shall understand, if somebody knows already about this and want to put a war maybe out on some countries, they can feed them with this information. And when you see that mind expand under these informations, and they are delivering solutions, maybe in a way to go into war with another country, on a false disinformation that's coming from that person. Because they have formed this person to a weapon. His creativity, his flying mind have suddenly become a weapon, a genius solution how to conquer another country. And in the end, it's all about ground, money, power. So we all is committed to sometimes force our neighbors out, no matter what it takes, because we are dependent on each other, that not one is being put back in such a place, so in the end it will go out over everybody. If we first allow some people sit over one person like this, and it can keep on for years, we will maybe in the end up with a lot of problems. And we have allowed it because we are just standing outside and saying, what a crazy person, and looking into the room. Not really understand what force it can become. What force that everybody is guilty in pushing in our own destruction. Because you understand, when everybody pointing finger of that person from that room, when everybody is pushing that person in the back, when he go to the store, or whatever he is going to do, you shall understand that you have become a part of that disinformation that they're feeding this person with. And you have become a part that person is going to deliver. You understand what I'm saying? You are suddenly a player. So it's funny. No matter what you do, you will be in the game. If you don't like the person, if you keep on, in a way, irritating this person, you know that the person is going to deliver. You will take a part of that war. If you don't do nothing and just ignoring it, you are accepting it's going on too. So it's very funny, actually. if you suddenly take your own person and is going to evolve into the subject, into the person's life. See, now you're interrupting the program, and you are a part of maybe putting something else into that room. You're taking the person maybe away from the disinformation. And it don't have to be much. It can be little. The question is just about people are willing to sacrifice themselves to see themselves around with the crazy person. With the person that smells, maybe. With the person they say are sick, or whatever, that they have this information everybody else, so they can keep their source to their war. There's many ways how you can interrupt. Maybe people out there want this person to die, maybe. But if the person dies, the program expands. Now the war is in progress. Kind of. Because now you have all the people who disinformation this person to deliver for them. And they will react. So I don't think that is the right way. Actually, we have a Bible. It's teaching us some very good things to be friends with our enemies. And I understand a little bit of that. Because if we just go 2,000 years ago, that was a kind of the revolution after the big disaster on earth. Ever since we have grown with the simple things that are surrounding us that you actually can call technology, even a chair, we can sit in it. It's the revolutionary time after what we have been taught from the apes. You understand? The flying mind. So there is only one way. There's only one way, and the way is to be friends with our enemies. There is really not another way. It's the only way to interrupt the program that everybody can become a victim of. And they can definitely be a victim of this in our time today. Something you can notice is that in every school you have today, every school, they definitely want the children to learn about technology. That's why they want to put our kids, because they want them to create technology. Today we are making robots, we are making phones, we are making things we, for some years ago, could not even understand was possible. We call that science fiction. Just for some years ago, in my time. Sometimes I am thinking that the people who did keep a order on earth down here, and on many years ago, that was like kings, sometimes queens in our past. Maybe they kept people ignorant and poor, not for reaching the time that we are reach once again in our time. Yeah, I'm saying that because that's what I believe in. That we have reached a time that have been here for a long time ago. It have always exist just a little bit outside our earth. Because we are humans, and if we shall look at ourselves, actually we like this hard working, we like this simple life. Am I right? If everything is working as it should, we actually like that kind of life. We feel good in our body when we are using it. We like to relax in the afternoon. So we can ask ourselves that the past did not have so much technology as our days today. We can ask ourselves about, did we choose it? Did the people who was rulers, did they choose that for people because of knowing better? Maybe they did. Maybe. But we know too, everything is not everlasting. It's not everlasting. The leaves will fall off the tree someday, and we can hope to the next year that it will be green again. There's definitely problems with people they're keeping like this because of all the disinformation and all the manipulation. It's a hard time to reach because blindness have been pulled over their eyes for so many years that they can never no longer see. And maybe there's many hands out there trying to pull them out. But maybe it's not the right hands they want to be pulled out because it have not been to their case, the people who want them out. No, it have been against them. And that's where the disinformation is. My kind have a hard time to see. And understand the reason. I love my kind. I think everybody does love their kind. So, whatever people are doing out there, It can be in the right way or wrong way. No matter what, they're doing something, and we cannot really blame them because they are getting involved. Maybe they realize that their lives is on stake too. That's how much we are going to be dependent on each other and not letting some behind, because if we does, it can in the end hurt ourselves. So be careful who you're pushing out. It can become a threat for your own freedom. I just want to say that appreciate the small things sometimes and realize that they have a big value, and it's not new. It's definitely not something new. A computer was being built like that in a simple room. And look at you all out there today. You have it in your pocket. So I think the subject is a big one, so to say. Can you have a great day out there? Thanks for listening. Bye.